So, today we finna take a little look at the Lil Tay situation, cause it's a little weird. I ain't gonna cap. I got a couple of perspectives we're gonna look into. First one is from Navly. Says Lil Tay needs to be stopped. And then I got another one from my boy Omeezy. Says they made Lil Tay a millionaire in 3 hours the moment she turned 18. That's crazy. All right, so we're gonna jump into Navly first.
Gonna stop me. You know why? Lil Tay rich and finna get richer.
Imagine my surprise.
You already know what the going on. Lil Tay's dropping the youngest link of the century. Mark your calendars tomorrow, 3 p.m. EST. And nobody, including my family, including the grown haters, is gonna stop me. You know why? Lil Tay rich and finna get richer.
Imagine my surprise when I wake up and see Lil Tay is dropping an Only Friends link. Now, for a lot of you, that might not be that crazy, but for the non-gooned out people who actually have a normal functioning brain, she is actually dropping this link on her 18th birthday, meaning she didn't give life a try at all, which is crazy to say because she's been famous since she was a kid, and this has been an ongoing trend that I must talk about.
Spider-Man gotta do
too
it.
Many weirdos are okay with this. Cause she dropped that link and made a mill. 3 hours. How could we not discuss this topic? But of course, in order to do that properly, we have to start from
Boy, some nasty niggas out here. Boy, they were waiting on her to turn legal.
the very beginning with who even
Or a version of it.
is Lil Tay and why would she turn to this type of content to make money?
Everything in my bathroom costs more to your rent. And see, this is my closet. Everything here be designer. Gucci, Louis, Versace. And also, when I was 6 years old, I lived in Atlanta and I was broke as hell. But one day I woke up, I said to myself, I ain't gonna be broke no more. So I got up and I started working hard, moving bricks, and now we be living in the hills. See that view? Y'all don't have that view. And I be holding your mama's rent.
Lil Tay used to be
And I
known
be
as the
holding your
youngest
mama's
flexer on the
rent.
internet. Probably how most y'all even found out about her. Going on in expensive houses with expensive cars, flashing a bunch of cash. And because she was like an 8-year-old doing this, a lot of
Facts.
people saw that and thought it was pretty crazy. Most people assumed that obviously it wasn't her money, her crib, or any of her cash. But it was still interesting to see a young kid out here talking not only crazy to random people online, but also in luxurious houses with a ton of money talking like this. But eventually a lot of people would see this and it would lose its flavor. It would lose what made it interesting because she did it over and over again, and eventually she just disappeared and it stopped. And then we found out that Lil Tay was actually being controlled by some evil people in the background, that being her brother, her mother, and basically her whole family behind her that was forcing her
Man,
to
I
do
heard
these
about that
specific
shit. That
things.
shit
It
was fucked up.
genuinely a sad
But at
situation.
the same time, that shit was confusing as hell. Cause like, was it happening or was it not? Cause it was a whole bunch of conflicting shit that came out about that shit, bro. But I really think it was just a plot to get her back on the scene. Which it worked, it did. It got her back on the scene. That for damn sure.
Lil Tay be popping on YouTube right now.
Gonna be like more
Yo, she killed me with the B in the middle of the fucking sentence. Like,
ignorant. You have to be like,
nigga don't talk like that.
Lil Tay out here.
You still irrelevant, like I said last time.
It seemed like this made her have an addiction to clout though, because even if she had disappeared for 3 years, she would come back doing something insane or trying something new just to be in the public eye again. First it was rapping, then she was hopping on streams with people like Rakai and Kai Sinat. Now we see her starting an OF page, dropping the link on her 18th birthday, which is genuinely insane. And the sadder part about it is she was actually promoting and talking about it before she even turned 18 and before she even dropped any type of link. On TikTok, Twitter, all types of places, posting videos trying to go.
Oh, so she did prior promotion for this shit. She was prepared for this shit.
People into talking about her starting in OF with videos like
Damn.
this on her TikTok.
Alabama Barker, Sophie Rain, Camilla, Piper Raquel, Brecky Hill, and Jamal. Y'all have 24 hours to respond and cast a vote in whether or not I drop this 18th birthday link. And for the older people who always got something to say, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, Tate, Charlie Kirk, Jake Paul, and Rakai. Y'all all have 24 hours to cast in your vote. Do I drop this 18th birthday link or not? And you cannot say, oh, I didn't see, oh my gosh, she did it. My fate is in your hands right now. And if you don't say anything, that's an automatic yes.
A 17-year-old talking about how they are going to drop an OF link, which if you don't know what OF is, I think you've been living under a rock. And I shouldn't have to explain to you why that's so bad, because you turning 18, nothing actually changes. And most of the time, if you're dropping content specifically on your 18th birthday, then that means you shot it beforehand. And the fact that we are over here at 17 years old promoting it in ways like this is genuinely sad. And I wouldn't say it's just her, it's definitely a team around her that is telling her she has to do this. I mean, we already heard about agencies reaching out to people and talking about how they will sponsor them, give them a lot of money if they drop an OF link. And it seems like it's the same thing here, because she was on an IG or TikTok live talking about the situation with her brother, which I mean obviously looks pretty fake if you ask me, but literally brought up an agency reaching out to her and talking about how they will give her a lot of money if she drops a link.
Why are you on live and telling people you're gonna drop a fucking link?
So I'm just gonna disappoint everybody that's been waiting since 2023 and even 2018 by not.
Bro, what in the Americanized fucking capitalistic shit is this?
Capital? What? Everything is about the bag.
Why
Are you
the
for
fuck do
real?
these damn things pop
it is
up at
about
the
the
worst
bag.
moment?
You're just mad that you're broke. You're mad that no agency came to you before your 18th birthday and said, hey, we'll give you 30 to 40 mil to drop a link. Am I right or am I right?
Really? That's a flex? That's a fucking flex. It's not
I think 30
getting good
M's is
grades,
flex.
contributing something to society?
I get good grades. They're not mutually exclusive.
From where? What grades?
From fucking school. What grades are you talking about?
Bro, get the fuck.
I get good grades from school.
Get
Are
off.
you dead ass?
Bro, get the
Are we dead ass? The link is dropping whether you want it or not.
Outside of that disgusting, terrible acting performance that basically resembled prawn acting, then here's something.
That shit slick look like promo though. That's the bad part. Like, he a part of that shit. I feel like he a part of that shit, bro. And that shit that's one sad and two fucking nasty. Yeah, hell yeah, the mom in on that shit too. The whole family in on that shit. Hold up.
But also in luxurious houses with a. It's still interesting to see a young kid out here talking not only crazy to random people online, but also in luxurious houses with a ton of money talking like this. But eventually a lot of people will see this and it would lose its flavor. It would lose what made it interesting, because she did it over and over again, and eventually she just disappeared. And it's,
man, I just had to fix a reaction. I just had to fix 3 reactions, the sound on 3 reactions. Like, man, that shit was so T. Shit took a whole day for just 3 videos. You just saved me a whole day of work.
stopped.
Matter of fact, while I'm saying this, let me fix this real quick. Can you hear this now?
Like Rakai and Kai Sinat, now we see her starting an OF page, dropping the link on her 18th birthday, which is genuinely insane, but also in luxurious houses with a ton of money talking like this. But eventually a lot of people will see this and it would lose its.
Wait a minute.
Here's how to use Browse AI.
Damn.
Enter the URL you'd like to scrape, and then start training your robot to work for you.
I can pull up 2 pictures from her a year ago and today, and you will not be able to tell me the difference at all. So the fact that people are looking at this and we're honestly waiting for her to drop a link, it is genuinely sad. And we've seen this happen multiple times already. This even happened with Bad Baby, another person who got famous when they were young, and as soon as they turned 18,
that did happen with Bad Baby. She became a millionaire when she dropped on her 18th birthday too. That shit crazy. Yeah, I do gotta get YouTube Premium. Shit. You know what's crazy? I paid Premium Twitch before I paid YouTube Premium. I've been watching YouTube every day for the past like 5 years, bro. I got on Twitch in the first motherfucking day. I'm paying that $12. Fuck it. I don't know why I did that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and join YouTube Premium, man. I need to stop bullshit.
link as well. This just shows the amount of weird people that are on the net waiting for things like this to happen. The more normalized OF becomes, the more people are trying to go others into doing things like this. Agencies or even people around them who are other people already doing this type of thing, trying to make it so more and more children get into this. It is genuinely sad. Now, if you're a fully grown adult and you have made a decision to start an OF, that is one thing. But a child thinking about that at all, and they've been like, yeah, on their 18th birthday, I'm not going to try and do anything else. I'm just going to immediately click that OF link button. Why would that be a good thing? It isn't at all. And I don't think it should be a normalized thing to happen.
Y'all already know what the fuck going on. We just broke the link record with the youngest link of the century. $1 million in a couple hours. I'm
Pedals! Fuck.
still the youngest one doing it. For all the grown-ass haters who've been hating since I was 9 years old, look at me now. What y'all got to say? Y'all been doubting me for 7 years. You can hate on me all you want. You can't say Lil Tay ain't winning. So for everybody out there, do whatever the hell you want with your life. Who gives a fuck what people have to say? And remember this, Lil Tay rich and finna get richer.
Oh yeah, and thank you to all my supporters who have pre-ordered since 2018 or whenever you did.
There aren't enough
Nigga. Whoa, 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 whoa. She 18, it's 2025. 2018, 7 years ago. 7 months. They've been subscribing this girl OnlyFans since she was 11? Pedals! Nasty motherfuckers, bro.
ill sale. We need to make more. We need to round up and lock up everybody who even paid a singular dime to this OF. First of all, the way that she's promoting it, literally saying the youngest OF link already inherently is bad, terrible, and disgusting. And then going out of your way to say you're happy for anyone that pre-ordered you since 2018. We need more jail cells instantly. And while I would love to put all the responsibility,
this is why channels like Gideon's exist. For real.
on the people who are actively supporting this.
Disgusting,
because,
bro.
She would not be able to do this if there weren't a ton of weirdos willing to give her money for it. It is still on her as well. I mean, she actively knows what she's doing. If you see any of the promotional videos, she is literally promoting it like that with the youngest link, saying she's happy that people pre-ordered her. So she is very much aware. I would hope that it's not her wanting to do this and just being manipulated by the people around her. Well, that is very bleak. I feel like that's a better option than having somebody knowingly go out of their way to get supported by complete weirdos just for the sake of some cash. But unfortunately, that is the world we live in, and I hope that it will change eventually and we can tell people like this to go immediately to jail and stop anybody else from doing anything as disgusting as this. So at the end of the day, that's just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do would be the comment section down below. This video is unfortunately over, but if you enjoyed this video, maybe consider giving it a like. If you enjoyed content like this, then maybe consider subscribing, because I post like this every single week. I never miss out on a single upload. If you hit that bell icon, because you'll be notified.
Whoa, bro. That's heavy. And it's not even supposed to be heavy, but it is. Let me see what Omeezy got to say about this shit. R.I.P. Bupak Shakur.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base 44.
Alright, this the second video. No, it's not.
Gonna stop me. You know why? Lil Tay rich and finna get richer.
Imagine my surprise when I wake up and see Lil Tay is dropping an own.
Here you go.
You already know what the f going on. Lil Tay's
Used to be one of them dudes that used to have pedals put them beat up. Goddamn. Yeah, facts. Alright, so it look like bro starting his video the same way. So we about to see her go on her random ass white girl rant again.
You already know what the f
or whatever she is, Cambodian or something.
Going on. Lil Tay's dropping the youngest link of the century. Mark your calendars tomorrow, 3 p.m. EST. Lil Tay rich and finna get richer.
And what can only be deemed as perverted news, Lil Tay, yeah, that's right, the once famous girl who was talking about how much your grandma's house was in comparison to a chain that she had, launched in OnlyFans. Let's talk about it.
This Lil Tay, I'm richer than all y'all broke ass.
Whoa. Saved by the Spay Bar. Hold up. God damn. Alright, check. I'm gonna check out one of their video in this line of reactions. Fuck it.
30 on my wrist. What the all y'all doing with your lives? I'm 9. I was born in Atlanta and I was broke as hell. Look at me now. I'm all better than you broke ass.
She grew to fame by making these viral videos where she would essentially flex on people having all sorts of money, saying how she was bossed up, etc., etc. And Lil Tay has gone through her share of controversy in her life, not only saying the racial things, but even faking deaths, brothers' deaths, parents being abusive, all these other things in her past.
Imagine being 14 with gray hair.
But as we've grown with Lil
Tweaking.
Tay, and it's crazy to say that, seeing as how she was 9 in that video that I just saw, she has become essentially a staple in our lives on the internet. I know I'm laughing, but I'm trying to be serious because a lot of people do recognize this young girl. But boy, does time fly, because right now Lil Tay is teetering on the edge of being 18, and she does what every other young girl has done that's been on the internet for a long time: prepare an OF link. It started with some cryptic tweets where on July 10th she said age of consent should be 18, which I kind of thought age of consent was 18. But nonetheless, this seemed to be the first indicator of her rolling out something. And soon to come, just a few days later, some videos would drop about her dropping a link and people propositioning her to do so when she turns 18.
So it's my 18th birthday on July 29th. And every male has been counting down to it and literally telling me to drop the link the second I turn 18. Girlies, what do you think? Should I do it?
Now, this is ultra disturbing for a plethora of reasons, because while I think she is some sort of baiter for the content and all this stuff like that, I do believe, based off of what I've seen from Billie Eilish, Millie Bobby Brown, Bad Baby, that people were anticipating her and her date of being 18. And it's also
clearly, nigga, they was fucking subscribing since she was 11. These motherfuckers is nasty. Like, I couldn't even, how do you even approach talking to a fucking child, bro? That shit's wild.
So crazy because her age has also been like wildly speculated over the past couple years, faking that she was one age, denying that she was another, etc., etc. So these people had to really be keeping track of it. So Lil Tay goes on to even drop a poll, and while she did get majority of people saying don't drop the link, there were still 31% of 100,000 people saying that she should drop the link. And we all know what the link is at this point. Nobody's oblivious. And just more and more tweets up leading to the big old day where she kept baiting people time and time again, getting millions upon millions of views on all these tweets, adding Candace Owens, asking a good question about her maturity level at 9, getting death threats, but now 18, getting the OF link. This was a very weird situation and circumstance. Why it's also weird though is because there's times where Lil Tay was baiting the fact that she is still very young, and it's weird on her behalf because it's disgusting that you would use that as a bargaining chip or a marketing tactic, but it's also disgusting because it's working on people.
Y'all already know what the fuck going on. Lil Tay's dropping the youngest link of the century. Mark your calendars tomorrow, 3 p.m.
The youngest link of the century is crazy. Like, nigga, what?
EST, and nobody, including my
I missed that shit the first time.
family, including the grown-ass haters, is gonna stop me. You know why? Lil Tay rich and finna get richer, bitch.
The youngest link of the century is mad devious. Well, the day of reckoning came and Lil Tay did it. She announced it on her Twitter page that she did drop the link, and she had to make sure that everyone was confirmed that all the exclusive content was shot at 12:01 a.m. on the 18th birthday day. I hate to be a technical person.
Shut the fuck up with your lying ass.
In here, but Lil Tay, unless you were born on 12/01, then that still means you were underage when the content was shot. If you were born at 5 in the afternoon, you gotta wait till 5 in the afternoon. Oh god, this is sick. That was sick. But what makes it even worse though is that in just a short 3-hour span, Lil Tay reportedly made over $1 million when it comes to making OF content. She said, not bad for 3 hours. We broke the fuck out of the OnlyFans record. What are we doing?
$1 million? You guys made her $1 million because you couldn't wait for her to drop content? If you didn't know, Lil Tay decided that when she becomes 18 years old, she wants to hop into that type.
I'm just going to just pause and look at these figures real quick. She made $1 million in total. She made $500,000 alone in subscriptions. That means motherfuckers that's coming back to continuously see this content. These numbers should make you uncomfortable. She made $26,000 in tips, meaning they subscribed and they threw a little extra on it. She made $400,500 in messages. It's something severely wrong with the world right now. It's something severely wrong with the world right now.
Hyper industry, and just like Bad Baby, she just made $1 million. Shawty straight up said, I don't want a normal job. I don't want to go to school. I want to do this. And made $1 million. And from what Twitter is saying, them fiend out dudes got finesse. It's dudes crying on Twitter saying that they got scammed, saying that all they see is normal photos. Do you not see the overall issue that you even went to go pay for that?
Absolutely.
Right.
Do y'all just made her $1 million off of being thirsty, bruh. This is Bad Baby all over again. Y'all made Bad Baby, what, 23 million off of being thirsty?
There's so many things wrong with this, but we've got to...
23 million? Oh my God. How old is Bad Baby now? Like 20? Bro, what the fuck, man?
Unpack how we even got here. I've talked about it on this channel, and I think a lot of people would agree that the way that we go about putting young kids on the internet is totally disgusting. It's the reason why people like Casey Neistat have completely left his children's public faces off of the internet. Sure, he's shown some of them, which now in hindsight is probably even too much. But being a public entity as a child on the internet, unfortunately attracts PDF files. Like, there's no other way to describe what is going on in real time, and especially in the wake of that one guy who had the islands list seemingly disappearing from the government's, eye. I think it's very, very, very telling as to how we as a society deal with these things when it involves kids and sexualized behaviors. Before Lil Tay even made this drop, there were people foaming at the mouths on Reddit about the potential content that she could be dropping, literally saying that, hey, I know it's bait, but I literally cannot control my urges and my lust.
Hi, this is 911 emergency. How can I help you today?
Yes, I would like to report a nigga wildin'.
This situation even looks worse knowing that Lil Tay has been known to lie on the internet. And not just lie about stupid and silly things, but literally lie about her age. And this is to the point where Google can't even keep up. There's been tweets of her having to correct her age. Google is wrong. She's saying she's one thing. She's saying she's that thing. But literally in a year's time, she just went 18 years old. Now, I will say that OF does require users to be 18 years old. They do their own version of age verification check, so we should be able to, at least guarantee that way if we're trusting OF that Lil Tay is 18. But there are people out there that literally think that Lil Tay is 14 years old, like she told us back in January of 24, and they were the ones who were saying, I want to click on the link, drop the youngest link in the game. One of the bigger problems with this is that these young women, after years and years and years of being sexualized, have been indoctrinated to believe that, hey, sex sells, I need to use my gifts and my assets to go towards, funding my lifestyle or whatever the case may be, and ultimately manipulate this audience of men or give them what they want and cave into their fetishes. I really don't know the best technical way to describe this, but these young women do know these things, but this is only after years of being
feeding the EDPs cupcakes. That really all it is. You just feeding the EDPs cupcakes.
Being called X, Y, and Z, Schmexy, LMNOP, I can't wait till you turn 18 years old, etc., etc. Bad Baby literally did it and broke oodles and oodles of records. So while it sounds gross, it does make sense that a young woman would leverage her fan base that is begging for this stuff to, you know, kind of tap on those pockets. Even though they know it's wrong. Lil Tay was seen retweeting not too long ago that it should not interest you or become attractive to you when a young girl just turns 18 as a grown man. And that's also why she is putting these, you know, non-risque pics.
But you feeding that narrative. I don't understand. Pick a side. It's one side or the other side.
Pictures behind this paywall. She is just feeding on these people's disgusting desires as opposed to, you know, fulfilling their actual fantasies. They can't even control themselves to know the fact that they're being baited, but they still want to dive deep into Lil Tay. I'm sorry, that's so gross. I don't even think I know of another profession in which I can make $1 million in 3 hours. Content was shot at 12:00. Drop a poll, and while she did get majority of easy, but no, on a serious note, there's a eating on these people's disgust into Lil Tay. I'm sorry, that's so gross. I don't even think I know of another profession in which I can make $1 million in 3 hours. And trust me, a lot of content creators, if they found a way to tap the pockets of those people that consume their content, would. That's why some of us start a Patreon to give exclusive content. Or patreon.com/easy. But no, on a serious note, there's a lot of creators who, if they had an audience in which they could tap the pockets of, they definitely would. But sadly, they don't, or maybe good thing that they won't. The question is, would you do it or would you not do it? Specifically in this manner. And the only reason why young women are doing these specific things is because sex work has become so normalized in today's day and age.
Lil Tay just made $1 million within 3 hours on her 18th birthday. Please let that sink in. Listen, I'm not here to judge anyone on how they make their money, but I do think it's creepy that the internet sits and counts down and waits for girls to turn 18. So. Trust me, I get the hustle, I respect the bag, but when society makes girls, teenage girls, feel like their most valuable asset is their body once they turn a certain age, that's when it becomes a problem. Let's bring back shame, because all it took was 3 hours. 3 hours for her to make $1 million. This is the same thing that happened with Bad Baby. Bad Baby made $16 million off of OF, and even she says it's weird how people signed up so quick when she turned 18.
For this video, I've been talking about Lil Tay and other youth content creators and their desire or begging from their audience to drop OF content. But if we're being real, this stuff happens not...
Nah, facts. If she ain't dropped nothing revealing, she really just like... She pretty much just ran up a bag on motherfuckers' desires and shit. Like, that's really it. Like, if that's the type of nigga you is, I'm finna finesse the shit out your ass. I can't hate on that if she ain't dropping no type of, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, finesse a pedo. Why not?
Only for the young women content creators, but literally for all women content creators. No matter the niche, no matter the lane, as long as there is a male presence in it and you are a woman posting content, there are going to be men begging you to drop an OF link.
Stop asking me for the link in bio for my OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans.
Hop to a girl.
And there will never be an OnlyFans.
You're thinking about how much money you'd make on OnlyFans. Listen. Have I had the thought, like, I wonder, mathematically speaking, how much I would make? Sure, most girls probably have thought that. But have I ever actually considered doing it? Nor, absolutely not.
It's happened to some basketball creators that I watch that are women. Yes, people are asking them to drop OF content. And it's happened to some car women content creators that I watch. Yes, people beg them to drop OF content.
I don't care. Some of them car hoes be sexy, bro. I'm not an OnlyFans consumer or no shit like that, but I can understand some of them car hoes be sexy, bro.
No matter the age, no matter the race, no matter the demographic, any sort of thing, niche, whatever, there are going to be men begging you to drop OF content. And the question is how/why? Why as a society are we this gooned out? And how do you think it's appropriate to ask every single content creator that you meet or see on the internet that has boobs to drop an OF link? How do you think that that's a way of going about life? Only to then criticize them for then doing the thing that you asked them to do by calling them whatever and over-sexualizing them more and more and more and more and more. Now, a lot of times people do resist the urge or, you know, cave in to make $1 million in 3 hours by dropping the OnlyFans link. That's disgusting. And I'm not faulting anybody that does do it. I'm faulting the consumers of the content, the people that just see women as objects and automatically want them to go the OnlyFans routes. I'm faulting the dudes that then DM Lil Tay stuff like this, describing and depicting how you got off to the OnlyFans content. That's just super duper weird. We've talked about gooning problems in America for years, but now it's getting...
Whoa.
To a point where it's way out of hand. Women can't even exist on the internet without being sexually harassed, and I just think it's just the most disgusting thing in the world. I don't even think there's really a message at the end of this. I think it's crazy that there are sickos that are waiting for these young content creators under the age of 18 to turn a certain age in order for them to drop the OF. I think it's disgusting that people are asking any woman content creator to drop OF links, even though that's not their bag. It's also strange to me when I see women who post like beach photos and stuff like that that's a little bit outside of their niche. OF link coming soon, link coming. That shit is all so weird, bro. This shouldn't be something normalized. Sex work should be taken much more seriously than just, hey, I turned 18, drop a OF link. The people that are, you know, engaged.
I feel that. Cause like that shit is oversaturated. You meet a girl, every girl you meet done had an OnlyFans experience. So you done did OnlyFans. I'm not in the dating pool, thank God, but I can imagine, nigga, like 90% of the hoes that's even worth even looking at out this motherfucker done had an OnlyFans, have an OnlyFans, or was thinking about getting one. I'm just saying.
Aging and encouraging this nonsense really need to be put on some sort of FBI watch list.
I can't swear at a man.
Alright. Well, that's the prognosis on the Lil Tay situation. I don't know, bro. If you ask me, it's a whole bunch of nasty motherfuckers out here, and they need to be either taken out of here or...
Shit do a nigga with money. Shit do a nigga with money. Shit do a nigga with money. Shit do a nigga with money.